Hello and welcome, you amazing person. My name's Rob, I'm the Man Gaming Guy. Today we're carrying on with some more Beamng map making tutorial stuff. Hopefully you've been following along with the tutorial so far. You've managed to get your own map up and running with the code and have some assets available. And also managed to make your own beautiful flat-ish road. Mostly flat, this one needs fixing, look, it dips off around here. But we can maybe talk about that later on in the tutorial and get that sorted, not a problem. In the next few videos, we are going to be talking about making things look pretty. This is like the fun part, doing all the prop placement and the details. This is a bit we really do enjoy. Find a little bit of an area of the map, give it some sort of theme, and then go with it. This theme is going to be like, I don't know. I wanted some parking because we're going to be having some sort of drift area. Here, and I wanted some reason for it to look like this. So I might make it into some sort of fancy car park. I'm not sure, but we've got buildings. I'm tempted to put maybe a tunnel through here. Some reason I put a castle up there, bit of backdrop, I guess. But yeah, let's get on with talking about what we're going to be viewing in the next few days, shall we? So we got a light. We would like to show you how to implement your lights into the game so you can have your own street lights and how I managed to achieve that. We've got particles. This is some water coming out of a tube. Look at that. Don't it look pretty? I've also got the lights on that and they're flashing away with different colors and they show up on the particles, so that's pretty cool and fun and interesting. That's something to look into. And this fence, you see we've got a transparent fence. I don't know why that keeps happening. If anyone knows how to fix the game doing that weird blackout thing, it's something I'm trying to work out, please let me know. Yes, a new fence that you can do, that you can see through. Look, we've got a person on the other side. It doesn't look quite right from the dead center, but if it was like a distance by a house, you probably wouldn't know none of this, least of what it was like up close. I'm pretty sure as well I had it so it's only on one side. You don't have to have it on the other side, so that's a pretty good idea to have that happening. I think it was just the double side button. I've even put it up here. So shall we get started, shall we? I think I've covered most basics. Oh, we're going to look into water as well, how you can get a better reflection in your water, and eventually we're going to talk about shadows and fixing them. We've got any shadows? Give me some shadows. Give me some shadows. There we go. Nice and okay, pretty looking shadows. So we're talking about all that sort of stuff in the next up and coming videos, so hopefully you're excited for that. In today's video, we are going to be looking at, I think, for simple basics, because some things need other programs. So let's start with some lights and particles, shall we? First of all, lights. Now, how do you put a light in the game? Well, you want to go to this little circle thing up here, create an object, and you get a lot of things that you can throw into the game. These are mostly all quite fun and worth having a good look at and play around. But today's one is a point light or spotlight. I think if you're doing street lights, it's going to be a spotlight because there's a light that points down basically. And your point lights, it's going to be like a fire or, you know, like a light bulb. Something that illuminates lights rather than just points it in one direction. So for our street lights, I reckon if you're going to put a lamppost in, that's what I reckon we should do right now, is recopy what I've done here. Is go into your shapes. So we're going to click on all first. Arts. Shapes. In fact, actually, I think it just searches all anyway. If you click all, it will just search all of it. Is it going to be lamppost? No. Is it street light? Oh, no. Which one was it? Lamppost, street light. I forget what it's called. Anyway, you might not have one. You might. Oh, I'm pushing lots of W's. I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to find out what it's called that way. Click. Click. There we go. The name of this thing is light. Okay. That's the one thing I didn't try, I guess. Light. Airport spotlight. If we click this, you get a little preview to the side, and we obviously Had the street light that I'm using. And then we've got some traffic lights, which I will one day work out how they work as well. Just click and drag your object in. Now this object will not come with a light built into it. That is something you're going to have to add. So yes, click back on that plus button. Click back on your spotlight. And when you click on the map, it will go on objects. If you notice, it's on the ground now. And there, you can click it on top of this light. And then go back to your pencil, and then you can click on your spotlight that you've just created. At the moment, it's beaming over here. Not exactly what we want. Also, it's not exactly on the light. So we're going to move it over. And we're going to look around, make sure it's roughly where it should be. And then I'm going to move it below. There we go. I'm going to push number 2 on your keypads, and this will give us the opportunity to rotate the lights. Now you can also change where the arrows point. Blah blah blah. Okay, it's not going to work on this for some reason. Other things it will do. If it's not pointing like as you should do with this red line here, and it's ski whiff, use that little button there basically. So I'm going to turn it now so it's pointing at the floor. There we go. Okay, look, the radius isn't quite clipping all the floor. That's why it's doing this weird thing. So we go over here, we go into our inspector. Remember, all your windows are under the window tab if you're missing any. And the thing we want is outer angle. That's this circle here. Now I'm going to change that to something like 50. Will that make it reach? No. Okay, let's make it bigger. I want to change the range, sorry. Range is not big enough. Let's try 15. There we go. 15 goes all the way across. Yeah, it does. Amazing. So that's how you set up your lights. Of course, we've got some other settings that you can use. Now, I like to every so often, maybe like 1 or 2 in a whole map, I'll have a blinking light. And you can do that by animating it. Click on it animated, click the animated button so it's on, then choose your animating. Then flicker is going to be the one that's going to make it look like it's about to blink and blow out. So that's pretty cool. Also, you might want to put a flare on, because you turn it off now at night time. You can't actually see where the light's coming from, because, you know, there's nothing there. So you want to add a flare to it. That's that little bottom here. Just simple flare would do. And there you go. Now you got a flare indicating where the light is coming from. Little party going on over there. I've got them like pulsating at different rates. It didn't like having more than 2 lights on it. So to get 3 to work, I've got it pulsating. And there you go. That's how that works. So cool. Little flickering lights. So it's quite an easy tutorial. I don't think there's much more I can really help you with. Brightness, I think self-explanatory really. It's going to get brighter. If you want to change your colour, you've got your colour here. You just click on this little box. And then you can change whatever colour you want it to be. And you have a little rave going on somewhere like in a nightclub. White would do us. You can also go for maybe like the more traditional lighty blue sort of colour. Or you can go for old school orangey sort of colour. That is quite popular in the real worlds. Yeah. Cast a shadow. Cast a shadow is a bit broken, so probably don't recommend using that. Even though it didn't really look like it was broken just then. Normally it makes weird stuff happen on the ground. Experiment. One day it will be fixed, I'm sure. We'll talk about animate. We'll talk about flare. Advanced lightning. Okay, texture. Texture is the shadow that's going to be coming off. So we're not really too fussed about that. Shadow distance. We don't want to touch any of that stuff, really. Unless you've got shadows being activated. Advanced lightning. Not bothered about that, because I think they just break things if I use this. I don't think that's really important for this sort of stuff. Anyway, so there's your lights, and you've got a little flickering light. So there you go. That's a cool little detail to have. Now, particles are basically nearly the same sort of thing. You've got a huge list. Let's actually add a new one in, because I don't want to ruin the ones we've got. Particles. Click on the circle again, and look for up here, and we've got particle elements. So this is good for creating fire. We can create waterfalls. We can create waves and mists, all sorts of stuff really. You click on here, you got a huge list of things. These are the ones that are actually listed. We've got dust hues, waterfall spray, leaves. That'd be quite crazy. Let's have a look at the leaves, shall we? Don't really see much going on. Let's put it in the ground. Up there. Turn it up. I really don't understand what leaves is. Maybe it's something you drive over and something will happen. Not too sure. But yeah, we can fire. And I'm pretty sure if you put this on the car, it will set the car on fire. So we'll give that a go. See if that is true. Let's angle it down like this. Okay, and then we can pump up the gas. Make it huge. What, like 100? Oh, that's really huge. What happens when I put this in front of the car then? Oh. Oh, is it going to do something? It don't look like it's doing anything. I mean, if you watched Spieler's recent video, I'm pretty sure this is how he would have got his fans to work. Is by using this stuff. Well, his new map anyway. Now, Frosty, you think that would be like sending it flying, but for some reason the fire is not actually burning it. That's a shame. Confetti! Whee! Let's turn this down anyway. A little confetti party, that's pretty fun. So yeah, your velocity is just going to change how fast it's coming out. And I thought it would interfere with the car. I'm sure it should do. I'm going to have to do some research myself. Because I'm sure like if we put it on the water, it's meant to do something to it. Well, that's just nothing special there, is it? It's just falling down straight away. Anyway, I think you get the idea of these particles. We'll have to look into working out why it's not destroying the car. You might have to reset maybe and put it back in there that way. As in like save the game and reload the game and then maybe it'll work. But particles definitely should interfere with the car. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. There's lights and particles. Let's just delete that last one. We don't really need that. That's a nice little quick tutorial for you to get you started. I think next we're looking to doing the fence, show you how to do that. We do need to have a photo editing software to do that one. Placing buildings, well, I basically showed you how to do that with this street lamp. Now, I didn't place these all individually. Like if you click on them, they are 3 parts. So I'll place the bottom, middle, top. And then when I've got all of them selected, I can hold Shift DC to select them. And then I can hold Control D. And then that is just duplicated all of the items. So we've got another block of flats there. So, but we don't need to talk about that. And that's how basically I've plopped all these in. And that's also how I made these long walls. I set up a good row of them so it wasn't too repetitive. And then I just hold Shift and click. Oh my days. If you accidentally misclick, you'll click the map. If your arrows disappear, yeah, just unclick and then restart again because you do not really want to accidentally duplicate the terrain and paste that. So then you can Shift D, spin it round. There you go. If you don't want to be careful of it looking too repetitive, you can spin it round like this and just flip it round every so often. No harm in doing that. You can maybe make it higher, lower. I got a broken wall bit here. I think I'll probably add a few of those in along. So there we go. I think that would do for today's tutorial. I hope you like that. If it's something that's helped you, or even the whole series has been helping you, please hit that like button, give it a bit of a share so everyone else can find it too. That'd be amazing. I want you to keep it real, stay safe, and share that love. Bye-bye.